everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Ashley, and in today's video I am going to be giving you guys some tips on how to make running a home childcare program easier as a sole provider. I know many of us run our home childcare programs without any assistance. As of right now, I do not have an assistant, and being by myself, I have to do a lot more preparation, and there are a lot of little things that I have to do to help myself because I am by myself, versus having someone there that's going to help you. It's a lot easier when you have someone there helping you. So I have a couple of things that I want to mention to you guys in today's video that help me go through my days a lot more smoother, go through my weeks a lot more smoother, and sometimes my months a lot more smoother. So the first thing that I have on my list is to batch tasks. Now, specifically in my notes, I have cook breakfast and lunch at the same time. So you guys know your program, you guys know your home, you guys know what things you are able to batch together. Now, for cooking breakfast and lunch together, I recently started that when I started working after I gave birth to my daughter. So I was trying to find ways to help myself for whenever I was by myself. So I woke up, I would go downstairs and I would cook breakfast and lunch so that I didn't have to worry about the kitchen when my daughter was up and when I had nobody helping me. I don't do all of the lunches. It depends on what I'm gonna cook for lunch, on if I'm gonna cook it with the breakfast. For example, if I'm gonna make chicken nuggets, I don't need to make that early in the morning. Mac and cheese, I feel like it gets yucky if you don't serve it after you cook it. So things like that I don't batch together. But things like arroz con salchicha, arroz con huevo, or spaghetti, I'll make that with the breakfast. And breakfast and lunch in my program are not that far apart. I believe it's like 2.5, maybe 3 hours apart. That sometimes even after I'm done cooking it, I'll put the lid on the pot, I'll turn off the stove and I'll leave it there, and sometimes it's still warm, so I don't even have to reheat it. But batching those kinds of things together are a lot more easier as a home daycare provider, especially when I'm by myself. The second thing that I have here is invest in things that'll make your life easier. So I have a robot vacuum, a handheld vacuum, dishwasher, air fryer, or even pay a cleaning person. I know a childcare provider that she has someone come to her house, I think once a month, I think it is, or once a week. I don't know what it is, but she has someone come to help her with cleaning. And if I had that, I know that I would have a big load off of my plate, but you do have to invest in that. Those are all things that you're gonna have to spend money on. Handheld vacuum, that's another thing. The daycare kids actually really love cleaning up with that vacuum. I think I have a couple videos of them actually using the vacuum. It's super lightweight, it's super easy. They like picking up the crumbs and seeing everything disappear into the vacuum. But that, with cleaning high chairs, cleaning up goldfish, cleaning up rice, cleaning up stuff from the floor, that has been such a lifesaver. And that's not even that expensive. But like robot vacuums I have here, air fryers for lunches, all of those things are things that you can invest in that's gonna make your life easier, especially when you're by yourself. The next thing that I have is to prepare as much as you can the week before and even the night before. So this depends basically on what you have going on. I specifically talk about it when it comes to curriculum. So teaching the kids is a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time to lesson plan. Now, I did purchase a lesson plan a couple years back, and when I had that lesson plan, it was so easy to just have the things and implement them into my program. I no longer use that one. I use the one that I created, and it's on TPT. And I just want you guys to understand that when I created my curriculum, I have easy in mind, I have simple in mind, but I also have efficiency in mind. So a lot of the activities that I have on my curriculum week by week, they require the same supplies. There might be a couple of times, especially like during the holidays, where you're gonna have to go and shop for googly eyes for a ghost, or bells for a Christmas tree, things like that you might have to shop for. But 9 times out of 10, the arts and crafts that I have are like with paint, or like cutting up some things and sticking them together, and it's really simple. I prepare all of those things on Saturday or Sunday so that on Monday I have everything cut out, I have everything printed, and I also write everybody's names on the worksheets so that I have everybody's worksheet printed, if that makes sense. So I like to prepare that in advance because that just makes everything a lot more smoother. And teaching the kids is a huge part of our job, and keeping them entertained is a huge part of our job. I feel like when your kids are entertained, when they're engaged with you, when they have something to do, they are so much more easier to care for than if you had a house with kids just going crazy, basically. The next thing that I have is to create a schedule for daycare tasks. So on Friday, I like to wash the daycare sheets, and I like to create receipts and keep up with my tuition chart. Every month, once a month, I go through their extra changes of clothes, and I make sure that the sizes that I have on hand are still going to be able to fit the child, so that if they do have an accident, I have an actual set of clothes that's going to fit them. Another thing that I do on a monthly basis is check their shot records. Sometimes shot records expire, sometimes children move, and sometimes you need an updated form. You would like to take care of that every month as well. And then one other thing that I like to do on a monthly basis is my newsletter. So I take time to actually sit down and write my newsletter. Sometimes I'm late, sometimes I forget them, but my point is coming up with a schedule for things that are related to your daycare is really essential, because when we're on schedule, everything flows a lot easier. And when you're a business owner also, you want to keep your clients happy, you want to keep your parents happy, so you have to keep up with little things like that. My next tip says, keep up with home on the weekend. So keep up with your house on the weekend and do easy house tasks that can be done during daycare. So that's things like dusting and laundry, etc. And then I do my upper level on the weekend. So because my daycare is on my first floor, I can't come upstairs and just clean during daycare. Like, I don't do that, because I obviously have to supervise my children. So during the week, I can focus on the lower level. I do laundry during the week. During nap time, it's just something that I can do. It's easy to fold. If I ever have to clean out my fridge, I can do that during nap time. If I ever have to clean the microwave, I can do that during nap time. If I ever have to clean the oven, I can do that during nap time. So I try to do as much stuff upstairs, or things that I can't do with the daycare kids, I like to do those on the weekends, and then during the week I like to do the lower level. The way that your house looks, and our house in general, is a huge part of your business, because your business is in your home. So you need to have your house presentable at all times. You need to have your grass cut. You have to have your personal things not floating around in your daycare area. So like I said, I do my upstairs during the weekend, and then I do downstairs during the week. And then the last thing that I have on my list is to make a plan and stick to it. It's easy to sit here and say that on Monday this is gonna happen, Tuesday this is gonna happen, Wednesday this is gonna happen, etc. But if you don't stick to it, it doesn't matter. You know, you can sit there and say on Monday I'm gonna clean my room. If you don't clean your room on Monday, then the following Monday it's gonna be more work because you didn't keep up with it. So just make a plan that is comfortable for you and that is attainable for you, but also stick to it. Because if you don't stick to it, it makes no sense to waste your time planning, because it's not gonna work anyways. So again, being a sole daycare provider sometimes is challenging, but there are things that we can do to make the job a lot easier. And those were some things that I do to make my job a little bit easier as a childcare provider. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video.